video inshallah we're gonna start module 10, circumference and area of circles. Very good. At the beginning you need to know all the names of the circles, of the parts of the circle, whether what is a radius. This is a radius. We call this a sector and segment, part of the circle, part also of a circle. The difference between a segment and a sector: a sector touches the center, a segment is away from the center. The arc, this part of the circle is called an arc. Tangent, it's a line that touches the circle from outside. The chord is a line that's inside but doesn't pass also through the center. Circumference is the whole thing around the circle. If you got a rope and you want to measure, and you put it around the circle and you want to measure it, so the length of it is called circumference. The diameter, what is the diameter? Actually, there is a strong relation between the diameter and the radius. If you know that the diameter is 10 centi, the whole thing here is 10 centi, so you can get the radius, which is gonna be 10 divided 2, which is 5 centimeters. Very good. So quickly, the point in the middle of the circle is center. An extended chord that cuts the circle at two distinct points. It touches the circle at two distinct points. This is called secant. What is the secant? Secant is the line that cuts the circle and it continues going. So we call it secant here. And the first one here is called center. This is the center of the circle, and the line segment whose end points on the circle and that pass through the center. It passed through the center. So here is the center and it touched the 2 points, so it's called the diameter. Very good. And here the line segment whose end points just lie on the circle without passing through the center, so it's called the chord. Bravo. The connected section of the circumference, we call it arc. This part here is called an arc. And question 6, a line that touches the circumference of a circle, we call it tangent. The line that touches from outside. The line that joins the center of the circle to the center. This line here is the radius. From the center to the circle, we call it radius. Very good. So here, this question, how do we solve this? What is a radius? We can say OB is a radius, OS is a radius, OA is a radius. OB, OA, OS, all of these are radii. What else? What is a diameter? Diameter is a line that passes through the center and it touches the circle at two end points. So AB, very good. Secant, a line that cuts the circle and continues going without touching the center. So it's called XY straight line. Radius is AB, bravo. And what is this? Excellent, tangent. Tangent SR. And the arc here is XY arc. The diameter here, what is the diameter? Yes, MN is the diameter. The center is O, the tangent, bravo, RL. So now we know the parts of the circle. Let's go for the circumference and the area. In this lesson, we just have two rules: the area and the circumference. Circumference of the circle is 2 pi r. I would like you, starting from this point, to get a clean piece of paper, okay? And we will write all the rules of module 10 together, okay? So circumference here is equal to 2 pi r, and I will also write it with you. We're gonna create our formula sheet. So draft, or we can call it notes here, the circle first. We have two rules for the circle: either the circumference, which is 2 pi r. By the way, we know that the pi is 3.14, and the circle also has an area, What is the area rule? Pi r squared. We solve these shapes with the following idea. If he asked about the radius, for example, so I will draw the magic triangle, area up, and pi r squared. I would like you to learn how to draw the magic triangle from the rule. I will just study pi r squared, and then I will draw area equal pi r squared. And in the circumference, again, here it is. The circumference is equal to 2 pi r. And he will ask you about the radius, given the circumference or given the area. Given the circumference, how do you get the radius? Put your hand on the radius, highlight it like this, and what you will have remaining, circumference and 2 pi. So circumference over 2 pi. This is the rule for the radius, giving the circumference. Stop. Very good. What is the rule for the radius given the area? Again, highlight what you want. You can have maybe a pencil or something to highlight. And radius squared now is equal to area over pi. Area over pi. Mister, will he ask about the radius squared, or he will ask about the radius? He will just ask about the radius. So how can I cancel this power 2? Excellent. You have to put a square root left, square root right. Why square root, mister? Because the square root cancelled the power 2. So now the radius is equal to square root area over pi. So these are all the rules for the circle. Now let's solve and continue back on this sheet again. Here it is. He's asking here about find the circumference of the bottle cap. Use 3.14 for the pi. Keep the paper that I told you beside you. What does he want? He just wants the circumference. So circumference is 2 pi r. Mister, I don't have the radius, but you have what? The diameter. If the diameter is 3 cm, what is the radius? The radius is half the diameter. This is the radius. So the radius is 3 over 2, which is 1.5 centimeters. So bravo. 2 times pi, which is 3.14, times the radius, which is 1.5. Together, 2 times 3.14 times 1.5. What is it? It is equal to 9.42. Round to the nearest hundreds. There are no numbers to round, so that's it, centimeter. Circular clock has the circumference of this. Find the radius. Remember our triangle. We have just drawn it. C equal circumference equal 2 pi r. You want the radius, so the radius is equal circumference. I highlighted what? When I use my highlighter, I will highlight the radius. So what do you have? Circumference over 2 pi. Very good. Circumference over 2 pi. What is the circumference? 27 over 2 pi. And he said 3.14 is pi. 2 times pi, which is 3.14. So together, fraction, 27 up, go down, 2 times 3.14. Very good. What is it? It is equal to, mister, there's a lot of numbers. He said here 4.299 and so on. The nearest hundreds, where is the hundreds here? The 9. And the 9 beside it is strong. Why strong? Starting from 5 is strong. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, all of them are strong. 9 will give 1 to this 9, so it becomes 30. So 4.30, or we can write it 4.3 centimeters. Very good. Next, he's saying find the circumference of a circle with a diameter of 14.8. Diameter is 14.8. Again, I need to find the radius first. Radius is diameter divided 2, because it's half the diameter. 14.8 divided 2. What is it? 14.8 divided 2 is actually 7.4. Now, can you get the circumference? Yes. 2 pi r, 2 times 3.14 times the radius, which is 7.4. So together, 2 times 3.14 times 7.4. What is it? 46.472. Hundredths is 7. 2 is weak, so it's gonna get cancelled. Centimeter. Find the area. Mister, what is the rule for the area? Yes, pi r squared. Area equals pi r squared. What is the radius here? Radius is 5.3, bravo. So area equal 3.14 times 5.3 power 2. Here it is. 3.14 times 5.3 power 2 equals 88.2 centimeters squared. 88.2 centimeters squared. Why did I cancel the other numbers? It is 88.202, but the 2 here is weak, so it's gonna get cancelled, so it's 88.2 centimeter squared. Again, mister, how did you write this power 2? Look here, I said 3.14 times 5.3, here is the power 2. So equal, that's it. Very good. Now he's saying what is the area of the open face of the orange. Given that the diameter, take care, this means that this is a diameter. Diameter is 6 centi. What is the radius? Radius is 3 centi. Very good. So now, can you find the area? Yes. Area equal pi r squared. 3.14 times. Radius is what? Take care. Radius is 3, not 6. So 3 power 2. Bravo. So 3.14 times 3 power 2. Excellent job, grade 8. So 28.26 centimeters squared. This is the hundredths and nothing more. And that's it. Bravo. Find the radius of the circle. Oh, we need to draw the triangle. Area equals pi r squared. So again, what do you want to find? I want to find the radius squared. Very good. So let's do it together. We have radius squared equal area over pi. How to get rid of this power 2? Square root left, square root right. So the power 2 cross with the root. So it becomes r equal square root area over pi. Mister, how do we write the square root on the calculator? Here it is. Square root fraction. Square root fraction. What is the area? You have the area here. 201.1 over pi, which is 3.14. So 201.1 over 3.14 equals 8.002002. 2 is weak, it's gonna cancel. So it is, yes, 8 centimeters. Bravo. Easy. Alhamdulillah, we're done with circles. Now cylinders. Cylinder, the only rule that you will study is this one, pi r squared h. Mister, but he might ask about the radius or height. Let's go for our draft. Here is the cylinder. Here is the cylinder. The rule is volume equals pi r squared h. Bro, draw your magic triangle. Mister, the cylinder, this is the shape of the cylinder. Okay. Volume equals pi r squared h. If I need to find the height, the easiest thing, highlight the height now. So how it becomes now? Height equals, what do you have up? Volume over pi r squared. So now height equals volume over pi r squared. That's it. What if, yeah, mister, I want to find the radius squared? Let's do the triangle again. The same triangle. Volume is pi r squared h. But this time I need to find the radius squared. How do we find it? Let's see. This is the radius. Volume, yes, over pi h. Volume over pi h. This is what the radius squared. Take care. So if you want to find the radius, bravo, square root, as we did in the circle, if you remember. Square root left, square root right. Why? To get rid of this power 2. So now the rule is radius equal square root volume over pi h. So the only thing that I will study before the exam is pi r squared h, and I can conclude the other rules from the magic triangle. Very good. Back again. Question 1 here is saying find the volume of the cylinder. This is a direct question. Volume of the cylinder is pi r squared h. Where is the radius? 4. So it is 3.14 times radius squared, which is 4 power 2 times the height. Where is the height? Here is the height, which is 7. Very good. In this part here, in this triangle here, in this cylinder here, the height here, this is the height, and this is the radius. Very good. So now let's multiply 3.14 times radius power 2, which is 4 power 2 times the height, which is 7. So 351.68, which is 351.7. Look, 351.68. 8 is strong. It will give 1 to the 6, so it's gonna become 351.7. Very good. Find the volume of the cylinder and round to the nearest tenths. Again, volume equal pi r squared h. What is pi? 3.14. Radius is 11 squared times height, which is 13. Pause the video, put it on the calculator, and let me know the answer. 3.14 times 11 squared times 13. What is it? 439.22. What do you get? What do you think? Bravo. B. We cancel the hundreds because he's asking only for tenth, so we just keep the 2 here. Number 3. He wants the answer in terms of pi. Does it make any difference? It's very easy. Volume again is pi r squared h. Mister, what does this arrow means? This arrow means that the diameter is 8. In the exam, he will clarify that the diameter is 8. Very good. And this arrow for the 8, and the whole line now is 8. So the radius is 4. Bravo. Why? We divide the diameter divided 2 to get the radius. So now, in terms of pi, so I will keep the pi as it is. I will not make it 3.14 times radius squared. What is the radius? 4 power 2 times the height. Where is the height here? 7. Very good. So now we can just multiply 4 power 2 times 7. So we can keep the pi. Where is the pi here on the calculator? Here it is. Pi times 4 power 2 times 7. 4 power 2 times 7. So actually you will get the answer like this: 112 pi centimeters cubed. Very good. Next, find the volume of the cylinder. Pause the video and solve this on your own. Let's do it. Radius is what? Diameter is 22, so radius is 11. Bravo. 11 meters. So the volume is pi r squared h. Pi is, keep it. Why keep it? Because he said in terms of pi, so keep it pi, not 3.14. Keep it pi. Times 11 power 2, because the radius is 11. 11 power 2 times the height, which is 27. Very good. So now let's do it. Okay. Again, pi shift. You're gonna find. Look, I would like to tell you a trick. The shift lets you write anything that's yellow. Okay. So pi times 11 power 2. 11 power 2 times the height, which is 27. So now it is 3267 pi. Excellent job. Next. A hockey puck is in the shape of the cylinder that's 1 inch high. So now I have the height, which is 1. And diameter is 3. How heavy is the puck if it weighs 0.82 per cubic inch? The weight is 0.82 per cubic inch. So, cubic inch, this is a sign that you are gonna get the volume. I'd like to tell you to write a note with me. Note, whenever I said squared inch, this is for the area. Whenever he says cubic inch or square or centimeter. This is for the volume. Very good. So now I need to get the volume because he said cubic. So volume equals, and it's the shape of the cylinder, pi r squared h. Pi is 3.14. He didn't say in terms of pi. He said 3.14 for pi. So 3.14 times radius. What is radius? If diameter is 3, radius is 1.5. Bravo. So 1.5 squared times the height. What is the height? Height is 1. So now let's multiply 3.14 times 1.5 squared times 1, which is 7.065 inches cubed. And take care that he said for every inch per cubic inch, the weight is 0.82. So what do I need to find the weight now? I need to multiply to get the weight. What's gonna happen? 7.065 times 0.82. So the answer that I have just got 7.065 times 0.82. What is it? 5.79. Take care. 5.79. So the 9 is strong, and he said to the nearest tenth, the 9 is strong, it will give 1 to the 7, so it's gonna become 5.8 ounces. That's it. Bravo. Number 6. A battery is shaped like a cylinder. It has a height of 5.5. So cylinder height is 5.5. Pause the video and try to solve it on your own. Radius is 2.2. What is the volume of the battery? Round to the nearest tenth. Very easy. Pi r squared h. Pi is 3.14. 3.14 times radius squared, which is 2.2 squared, times the height, which is 5.5. So together 3.14 times 2.2 squared times 5.5. Very good. So what is the answer? 83.58. 83.58. He said to the nearest tens. So here is the tens. The 8 is strong. We'll give 1 to the 5, so it's gonna become 83.6. Very good. Find the volume of the cylinder. The same idea. So I will leave for you question 7. Radius is 6. Height is 15. Can you get the volume? I'd like you to try to do it on your own. The same thing here. The radius is 3. The height is 10. Do it. Try to do it. Volume equals pi r squared h and get the answer. Well, very good. Here also height is 10, radius is 9. Find the volume. The same idea. Radius is 9 and the height is 10. Can do it immediately. Volume equals pi r squared h. What is pi? 3.14 times radius 9 squared times height, which is 10. 3.14 times 9 squared times 10. What would it be? 2543.4. Very good. The same idea. Diameter 13 and 24 centimeters tall. The only thing here, the diameter is 13, so how do you get the radius? 13 divided 2, which is 6.5 centimeters. Bravo. Can you get the volume? Yes. Volume equal pi r squared h. 3.14 times radius squared, 6.5 power 2, times the tall is the height, which is 24. So let's do it together. 3.14 times 6.5 squared times 24. What would it be? 3183. So this one is the answer. Very good. Here the same thing. The diameter is 11, so the radius is 5.5. The height is 16. Find the volume. Very good. Which cylinder will have a larger volume? You should get the volume of cylinder A first and the volume of cylinder B, and then you are gonna decide which one of them is larger. For example, volume of cylinder A, pi r squared h. 3.14 times radius squared, which is 3.5 power 2, times height, which is 8.5. Multiply 3.14 times 3.5 power 2 times height, which is 8.5. So now this one here is 326.952. And this one here, the same idea. Pi, which is 3.14 times radius squared, 2.7 power 2 times the height, which is 11. Very good. Multiply 3.14 times 2.7 power 2 times the height, which is 11. So now it is 251.7966. So which is greater? Of course, cylinder A. Bravo. What is the volume? The volume is what? Amount of space in 2D object or 3D object? 3D object. What is the formula for a cylinder? The easiest thing, huh? Pi r squared h. Very good. Mister, what is this formula? This is the volume of cone. What is this formula? This is the volume. This is actually the area. This is actually the area for the circle. So the correct answer here, cylinder, is pi r squared h. Cone. Very good. 1/3 pi r squared h. Mister, he might ask about the radius, or he might ask about the height. About the radius or the height. So how do we get it? I have volume 1/3 pi r squared and height. Very good. This is what now I'm working with the cone. What is the shape of the cone? Here it is, and the main rule for the volume is 1/3 pi r squared h. If I want to find the height, same idea. You can do like this: volume over 1/3 pi r squared. Very good. And if you want to find the radius squared, let's highlight the radius squared now. So we can work like this: radius squared equals volume over 1/3 pi h. Again, square root left, square root right. What's gonna happen? Power 2 cancels the root, so it becomes radius equal square root volume over 1/3 pi h. Very good. This is for the cone. Back again. What is the volume of the cone? What is the radius? Radius is 4, height is 15. So here it is, volume equal 1/3 pi r squared h. How does it work? Let's do it. 1/3 times 3.14 times radius squared, which is 4 squared, times the height. What is height? Height is 15. Bravo. So 1/3 times 3.14 times radius squared, which is 4 power 2, times the height, which is 15. So now it becomes 251.2. But mister, he said in terms of pi, so you can erase the 3.14. Okay, what is it now? 1/3 times 4 power 2 times 15 is 80 pi. Okay, very good. So next, instead of the 3.14, you can keep it as it is and multiply 1/3 times 4 power 2 times 15. You will get 80. The same idea here. What do you have? Diameter 3.5. So you easily can get the radius. Radius is 3.5 divided 2, which is 3.5 divided 2. What is it? 1.75. Bravo. Now can you get the volume? Yes, 1/3 pi r squared h. This is a cone. He said it's a cone, so that's why we put a 1/3 first. The volume of the cone and the cylinder, if you notice, they are very related. The relation between them is you multiply the cylinder by 1/3 to get the cone. This is, if you notice, this is the rule for the cylinder, but times 1/3. So let's multiply now. 1 over 3 times 3.14, the pi, times the radius, which is the radius here, 1.75 squared, times the height, which is, the height here is 6 inches, times 6. So let's multiply. 1 over 3 times 3.14 times 1.75 power 2 times height, which is 6. So now it is 19.2 inches cubed. Very good. To the nearest tenth, the 3 is, this 3 here is weak. The 3 here is weak, so we cancel it. Find the volume of the cone. Radius is 2. Radius is what? 14. Bravo. And the height is 2. Excellent. Can you get it? I'd like you to do it on your own. Yes. 1 over 3 pi r squared times height. So 1 over 3 times 14 squared. 1 over 3 times 14 squared times height, which is 2. Fraction 1 over 3 times r squared times 1 over 3 pi r squared h. Mister, why didn't you write the pi? Pi, here it is, but he said in terms of pi, so this is why I didn't write the pi. 1 over 3 times 14 power 2 times 2. So what is it now? 130.666 is 130.7. 6 is strong, so it will give 1 to the 6. The other 6 is gonna become 7. Very good. Next, here the diameter is 10, so radius is 5. The same idea. 1 over 3 pi r squared, which is 5 squared, times height, which is 9. Very good. 1 over 3 times 5 power 2 times 9, so 75 pi. Next, find the volume of the cone. The same idea. This one I will leave it for you. The radius is 45. Bravo. 90 divided 2 is 45, and the height is 35. Okay, the same idea here. The radius is what? 150 millimeters. If you have a problem, let me know. A funnel is in the shape of the cone. The radius is 2 and the height is 4. What is the volume? The same idea. Radius is 2 and the height is 4.6. 1 over 3 times pi r squared, which is 2 power 2, times the height, which is 4.6. This is to get the volume of the cone. Multiply 1 over 3 times pi is 3.14. This pi here is said 3.14 times radius squared 2 power 2 times the height, which is 4.6. So it becomes now 19.258. 255 is strong, it will give 1 to the 2, so it's gonna become 19.3 inches cubed. The same idea here. Radius is 10, height is 9. Find the volume of the cone. In this question 9, he said this person compares a conical cylinder, conical and a cylindrical paper cup for use in her business. The cups have the dimensions shown. These are the dimensions shown. Part A. Suppose both cups are completely filled with liquid. Find the volume of each cup and round each volume to the nearest tenth. Very good. How do you get the volume of the cylinder? Volume is pi r squared h, and the volume of the cone 1 over 3 pi r squared h. Very good. So let's start with the cylinder. Take care, this is the diameter. The diameter is 2.4. So what would the radius be? Here the radius is 2.4 divided 2 is 1.2 centimeters. So it becomes 3.14 times radius squared, which is 1.2 squared, times the height, which is 5, So let's try to get it now. 3.14 times radius squared 1.2 squared times the height, which is 5, so it's gonna become 22.6 centimeters cubed. So this is the cylinder, 22.6 centimeters cubed. Volume of cone 1 over 3. Pi is 3.14. 3.14 times radius squared. What is the radius here again? The same radius for the cylinder. Radius is 2.4 divided 2 is 1.2 again centimeters. So it's gonna become like this: 1 over 3 times 3.14 times radius squared, which is 1.2 squared, times the height. What is the height? 5. So yes, it is 7.536. And here he said that 1 cubic centimeter, this is centimeters cubic, equals to 1 milliliter, and the cost is 0.05 per milliliters. So to get the cost of the tea in cylinder, we're gonna multiply 22.6 times 0.05 to get the answer, and to get the cost of the cone, 7.536 times 0.05 to 22.6 times 0.05, which is $1.13, and the other one here 7.536, but he said to the nearest tenth. Take care. So this is gonna be erased, the 3 and the because 3 is weak, so we cancel the 3, so it's 7.5, just 7.5. So 7.5 times 0.05, which is $0.375. The difference between them, subtract 1.13 minus 0.375, which is, so we subtracted 1.13 minus 0.375, which is 0.755. He said to the nearest cent, or to the nearest hundreds. Where is the hundreds? Here it is. The 5 is strong, so it's gonna be equal 0.76. Very good. Volume of sphere. Okay, the last actually the last shape we have is the volume of sphere. What is the rule for the sphere? It is 4 over 3 pi r cubed. So now let's go back to our sheet. Here it is the sphere. How do we get the volume of it? Volume equal 4 over 3 pi r cubed. Very good. So the volume of the sphere now, how can we get it? Or how can you get the radius if it is missing? The magic triangle. Here it is. Volume equal 4 over 3 pi r cubed. If I want to find the radius, what's gonna happen? Take care this time. This is r cubed equal volume over 4 over 3 pi. So now, if you want to find the radius, how do you get rid of this power 3? Something called cubic root. When it was power 2, we would just do square root, but this time it is a cubic root. Why? To get rid of the power 3. But if I did cubic root for the left hand side, I must do also cubic root for the right hand side. So now it becomes like this: radius equal cubic root volume over 4 over 3 times pi. Very good. And if I divide it by 2, if I divide or cut this sphere into 2 pieces, it will be a hemisphere. So it's gonna become 2 over 3 pi r cubed. Very good. Now find the volume of the sphere. V equal 4 over 3 pi r cubed. He said in terms of pi, so keep the pi as it is. 4 over 3 times pi times radius cubed. What is the radius here? Radius is 3, so 3 power 3. So it becomes 113 centimeters or feet cubed, because I multiplied by 3.14. If I erased the 3.13, what's gonna happen? It's gonna be 36 pi. So look, 4 over 3 times the radius cubed, it is 36, and the pi as it is, so it is 36 pi. Very good. We're gonna continue this volume of the sphere in the next video.